Hey gamers, today we're going to look at the board game Coralia. Let's check it out. Alright, to set up for the game, you're going to shuffle all these little treasure tokens, put them over the little treasure icons on the board. You'll have 2 left over, put them up here. Then you'll shuffle these little turtle tokens and put them here on the board facing up where the little turtle icons are. You're going to have a little Land Rover you're going to put together, put it up here. All the colored dice will be on the top of the board. You're going to have a pile of starfish cards, fish cards, and pearl cards, and then you're going to take 3 of each of those top decks and then shuffle them and put them on the island for island cards. Now, as you see, starfish, fish, and pearl cards all look the same on the backs, but you can tell the difference of them on the corner there. So that's a pearl card, that's a starfish card, and that's a fish card. Alright, so anyway, once you've done that, you're going to have 2 extra turtles, you put them up there, and you're going to have some white die and 2 stingray cards you'll put over here. You can put this die here too, I'll explain what that means in a minute. You'll have your start player boat right there. Each player will start with 2 octopuses and a diver, and then you are ready to go. Now this game is very simple. All you're going to do is the first player is going to pick 4 die, and then 4 of any color dice. Let's say I picked these 4, 1 of each, and then I rolled them, and I'm going to take them and I'm going to put them in my little rover here, and out of these 4 choices, these 4 die, I'm going to pick one of these, and whichever one I pick, it has to go to that color. So for instance, this red turtle would have to go here. It can't go here where purple is or here where green is. Has to go by red. So let me and then you'll take the action of that spot. So what do these spots do? Well, first off, let's look at these. I'll just grab the red die first. The little pearl icon. If you were to place that of its color in that section, you would take 2 pearl cards. If you had the little fish icon here, you would place it in its area, matching the color. Take 2 fish cards and keep 1. The next one is a starfish. If you have a starfish, you'll place it on the board, and then you will take 3 starfish cards and choose 1 and return the other 2 back. What these are all in-game points. Most pearls is good to have. A collection of fish is good to have. Starfish are in-game cards or super bonuses. Like there's a rare fish that you need for your collection over here, or there's a big numbered pearl that you can't get over here. And that's what starfish cards are for. The next type of action you can take is a turtle. You would just place it wherever it is matching that color, and you would take that turtle and then get that little bonus. So for this one, it's a stingray. Oh, I get one of these rare stingray cards. There's only 2 in the game. And they'll count for in-game bonus points. Or you can get a clear die. Ooh, one of these clear die you can roll during your turn, and it can go, that's a pearl, it can go anywhere. Color doesn't matter, so it's like a wild die. Or you can do this one that says, hey, jump to the next pink jellyfish. If you see, jellyfish is a scoreboard, and so if I was here on the 1, I just jump to the 5. If I was on the 0, I jump to 5 immediately, so that may be a good one to get. All the rules for what these starfish cards mean and what the treasure chests and turtles mean can be easily found in the rule book. But anyway, let's go to another one, is the octopus. Now when you have an octopus, you place it on that area, and then you place one of your 2 octopus there. Now when you do that, you're going to get victory points. This is the only way really to get victory points in the game before it ends. A lot of this is in-game points, is how you're scoring, but you can score get points during the game by using your octopuses. If I was to do that here, I'd place my octopus there, and as many die that are in that area, let's say that, you know, maybe the starfish was there, and the fish die was there, and the turtle die was there. Well, I would get 4 victory points because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 dice there. And that's kind of how that works. Another thing you could do is you could use the diver token, and the diver token looks like that. Once you use the diver token, you can take your little diver and put him in that area. Of course, it would be with the diver token there. Now, if ever you were to move him, meaning later on, let's say I rolled and I got an orange diver token, so maybe I place it here. Well, then I move my diver all the way to orange. When I do that, this die goes down here where there's another icon. It bumps that treasure chest, and I get what's in this treasure chest, and it is an island card, so I can grab a card off the island there. Again, the rule book will tell you what all these mean, but that's how you can move around the board with your diver, and as long as you keep moving, you'll get collecting those treasure chests. However, at the end of the game, wherever your diver is, you'll also get to count the victory points in that area according to how many dice are there. So if all these are full, I would get 5, 10, 15 points at the end of the game if this was a full area. So maybe if I swam here, I wouldn't want to move to get that treasure chest. I'd want to stay for the points. That's something you got to decide during the game there. Now, any of those actions I would take one action. Let's say I take the orange action, and I was to put my diver there. Well, now this gets passed to the next player. What that next player does is they take all these die and they add one more of any color to the die. It can be the same color of another die that's already in there, just as long as they have 4. And then they will roll and do their turns. The only time you can keep die from one roll to the next, for instance, let's say someone did this, and he used this yellow action here, and it's my turn, and I was like, man, you know what, I'd love to get that yellow turtle action. If I had a turtle from a previous turn, let's say I had this turtle from a previous turn, when you flip him over, he has a dice outline here. What you can do is you can place a die on that turtle and say, I'm freezing that one just in case I want it, and then maybe just grab these 3, roll these 3. Now, if any of these 3 are something I don't want to do, I can always use the die on my turtle card. Now, if I don't use it, it just goes back into the rover and on to the next player if I used one of these other die, let's say. Now, what happens if you're blocked out of an area, or there's a place you don't want to move? Maybe I got 4 octopuses, which I have seen happen. Octopuses you really want to play toward the end of the game, not at the beginning. You may not get that many points. So instead of, wasting your turn, or maybe, man, there's 2 purple starfish, and maybe all 4 of these have already been taken on previous die rolls, because the board is going to fill up with dice as the game goes along. We can always just take a die and place it here on the island and get one of the island cards. And so that's kind of the reward you get, and this little card reminds you of that. Now, the game ends when there are no longer any colors of any one particular dice. When that happens, you move on to in-game scoring. In-game scoring is as such. First off, you add up all your starfish cards. These are in-game bonus points. They can be anything. And again, the rule book will explain what each card does. After that, you add up the points where your diver is, and you count only the parts where there are starfish. Where there are dice, excuse me. So let's say this was how it ended. I would get 1 point, 2, 3, 8 points right there. I don't get these 2 points because there weren't any dice there. Next up is the fish collection. Remember, I told you there's only 3 types of fish in the fish deck. There's a 4th type here, and very rare is the stingray, which is the 5th type. And this is set collection. So let's say I had a set of 4 and a set of 2. My set of 4 is worth 18. My set of 2 is worth 7, so that'd give me another 25 points. Finally, you'd add up your pearl cards. Now, whoever gathered the most pearl cards, they will get to count 4 of their pearl cards. Second place only counts 2 of their pearl cards, and third and fourth only count 1. Pearl cards can range anywhere from 2 to 5 or 6, depending on what type of pearl card you get. But those can also be bonus points. And of course, whoever has the most victory points at the end of the game wins. Final thoughts. What do I think about the game? Well, it's a nice, fun, easy, light game for families. Yes, families. I don't think it's a very serious game, a gamer's game, so to speak. But if you have kids, if it's for a family, or maybe for light gamers, they would like this. It is kind of fun. The decisions will be different. You can switch up the treasure chest and the turtles a little bit. It is kind of weird that all the bonus points are scored at, all the points just about, except for the octopuses, are scored at the end of the game. That is kind of weird to me. So you're basically just waiting for in-game points to come up. It is fun though, it's simple to play, but I would say mainly for families, maybe not for serious board gamers. But hey, I'm having it in my collection, so maybe it's for you as well. All right, folks, that's all the time I have for now. Until next time, you know what to do. Game on!